Preview review for episode 127 of Dragon Ball Super. Guys, we have a lot to talk about in this video. Like, what is up with Jiren? At the end of this episode, at the end of 126, we see a huge personality shift in Jiren. He's smiling, he's talking down to Topo. We're gonna talk about what that means and what impact it's likely going to have in 127 and the rest of this tournament. We're gonna also talk about my boy Vegeta, who went off in 126. He completely went off. That's the cool Vegeta that we were waiting for. Vegeta did his thing against Topo in this episode in 126, but now he is out of stamina. What does that mean for him going forward in this tournament? We're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna play a little game called What's Going On with Frieza. All that and more coming up, but just a couple housekeeping things to get out of the way before we get started. The first one is, my name is Dooley. You can find me at youtube.com/Dooley. But you won't just find me, you'll find a community of over 36,000 Dragon Ball Super fans. A growing family, and you are welcome to be part of it. You can join by clicking the subscribe button below this video or the link in the description. If you decide to do that, then welcome to the family in advance. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me for this, and it's finally here. An official channel Discord, link in the description. It's a work in progress, but for now it's usable. And lastly, I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to the episode review for 126. Guys, that is coming. I am working on it right now. Look for a card linked to it at this point in this video when that review is finally up. All right, that's it. Let's hop into this preview review. Hey, it's me, Goku. With his true power revealed, Jiren is unbelievably strong. He easily smashes me and Vegeta's all-out attacks. Just then, number 17 stands up. Number 17's heated battle for Universe 7 survival is gonna begin. Next, on Dragon Ball Super, the approaching wall, the final barrier of hope. Don't miss it. Alright, let's go through that one more time with some analysis. Alright, let's stop here for a second. Pretty dope looking image of Jiren. It looks like we're finally starting to see some battle damage on him. If you look at his shoulders, it looks like Goku and Vegeta are having an impact. You can argue that those lines on his shoulders aren't battle damage. They're just wrinkles or something. But in my opinion, this entire tournament, Jiren's outfit has been wrinkle free. It looked like he had just stepped out of the dry cleaners up until about 2 minutes ago. So if this is the best Vegeta and Goku can do as of right now, then I'll take it. Wrinkle that outfit up, hashtag wrinkle it up in the comments below. Let's keep going. Guys, I already mentioned this in the spoilers, but I'm gonna say it again here. If you weren't an Android 17 fan before this tournament, I don't know how you're not gonna be one after it, because he is doing too much right now. I honestly cannot believe that Android 17 is here fighting against Jiren. I expected Gohan or possibly even Frieza, but Android 17, not at all. I did not see this coming at all. Hats are off to this man. He has really been doing his thing in this tournament. I am anxious to see what they do with his character when this arc is over. Guys, given the title of this episode, I think it's pretty clear that this is the one where Android 17 finally gets eliminated. But in all honesty, I expected his elimination in 126. I called it for 126 and I was wrong about that. So instead of calling it again, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But my gut tells me that he's gone in 127. Guys, here we have Jiren attacking Android 17, which I think is interesting. But what's more interesting is what happened to Jiren's back. Did Android 17 do this? Is that why Jiren is attacking Android 17? Guys, listen, we're gonna find this out next week. And I'm not kidding around. If Android 17 did this to Jiren's back, then we need to petition Toei, because we are going to need them to change the name of this show. This show can no longer be called Dragon Ball Super. We're gonna have to start calling it Android 17 17 Super Balls. Or maybe Android 17 Strikes Back. Either one. This is crazy, guys. Look at Jiren's back. I was kidding around about wrinkles, but here you could clearly see he took battle damage. He is hurt. His back is hurt. Guys, if we saw these scars on any other character in a fight, we would assume that they have taken serious battle damage. We saw it on Frieza. We saw it on Vegeta in this episode in 126. We saw it on Goku after his first fight with Jiren, and they were all beaten up pretty bad. I think this is clearly the first show of Jiren taking some serious battle damage. But let's keep going. And guys, right here, I think we might be seeing Jiren go into his full power. And you know what? In all fairness, in Dragon Ball Super, full power is never really full power. So I guess I'll say what we're going to see here is Jiren becoming stronger than we've ever seen him before. The text before this read Jiren's true power, which implies that what we've seen so far from him is a bit deceitful. He is capable of much, much more. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that we saw a weird personality shift in Jiren at the end of episode 126. And it's true, he started smiling. He sort of talked down to Toppo. He didn't feel like that innocent guy who only cared about justice and is only in this tournament because he has to be. It felt almost like he wanted this. Why else would he be smiling? But guys, in my opinion, I think what's going on here is that Jiren recognizes that this is a rare occasion where he finally gets to cut loose. If any of you guys are DC fans, there's a quote by Superman that I enjoy. Superman is fighting Darkseid, and he tells Darkseid that his problem is that he feels like he lives in a world made out of cardboard. He has to always hold his punches because he could seriously hurt someone or possibly even kill them. He then said to Darkseid that what we have here, because Darkseid is so powerful, what we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose. And because Darkseid is strong enough to take it, Superman's actions are still in line with his morals. He will not kill Darkseid. I think something similar is happening with Jiren. Goku and Vegeta have proven themselves strong enough for Jiren to cut loose. Jiren anticipated this, and that is why he was smiling at the end of 126. But let's keep going. So I mentioned that we were going to talk about what was going to happen with Vegeta in the rest of this tournament because defeating Toppo in 126 looked like it drained him of most of his stamina. Guys, in a recent video that I'll link in a card right now, I talked about Goku's ability. I talked about Goku's healing ability. Ever since he was introduced to God Ki, Goku has gained an ability to heal himself and others. The thing I didn't mention in that video is that there are also multiple examples of Vegeta doing the same thing. The reality is Vegeta can heal himself as well, and that is likely why he's back in Limit Breaker in 127. Now, it might be a situation where he can't stay in it for very long. I don't know how big of a role that will play considering there's only 4 minutes left in the tournament, but the fact that he can go back into this new form after depleting all his stamina is pretty amazing. Let's keep going. Let's stop here for a second. Who drew this picture of Jiren? This is one of the worst rendition of Jiren I've ever seen. He looks like Elmer Fudd. Listen, I always praise Dragon Ball Super when they have episodes that look well. But they can't have Jiren looking like the Terminator in one frame and then looking like Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls in the next. They need to chill out with this. We only have 5 episodes left, and I really hope they take the time to make them 5 beautiful episodes where the characters are actually proportioned the way they should be. Anyway, let's keep going. I think this is such a dope picture of Vegeta. I think it's crazy that Vegeta lost his shirt completely in 126. I expected that to happen to Goku. We all know Goku is gonna get a shirtless form later on, or at least it's heavily implied that he is, because that is what we saw on the teaser art from Toei last year. At this point, I don't know if it's going to be redundant if Goku also loses his shirt completely. And if Vegeta does get eliminated, is he just going to sit in a spectator seat with no shirt on the whole time? Like, that might be a little weird, right? Or maybe they both lose their shirts and fuse into a shirtless Vegeta. But that's a whole nother can of worms. I just think this is a pretty dope image. Let's keep going. Guys, this image makes me feel like Universe 7 is managing to put some serious pressure on Jiren. It looks like Jiren is really trying his hardest here. This blockhead looking Jiren, this SpongeBob SquarePants head looking Jiren, looks like he's under more pressure than he was when he pushed back that spirit bomb from Goku. In my opinion, the reason why we're seeing Jiren power up is because Universe 7 is forcing him to power up. Maybe in this suppressed form, Jiren just isn't strong enough to take on Vegeta, Goku, and Android 17 at the same time. Considering how untouchable Jiren has been this entire tournament, this is pretty crazy to think about. I'm looking forward to see how this is executed in the show. Anyway, let's keep going. I just think it's funny that a second after I said that, it looks like Vegeta and Goku gets completely demolished. Obviously, this blast could have been coming from after Jiren powers up. I'm not too sure why that key is white. Usually, Jiren's key is that yellow-orange color. A little bit of a mystery here, but I'm looking forward to see what's actually going on. And guys, I think what we're looking at here is Jiren's true power. I want to say his full power, but again, in Dragon Ball Super, full power is never really full power. What I can say for a fact, however, is what we're seeing here from Jiren, we've never seen before. This looks crazy. We have that pink to purple key on the outside, and on the inside, his key looks almost like intense flame. It reminds me a bit of when Goku first went Super Saiyan God with the red hair. His key was a similar color like flames, but still this is intense. I cannot wait to see what this is like in the show. In the title, The Approaching Wall, I think it's obviously Jiren, and the final barrier of hope, I think it's Android 17's barrier ability. I think the word final in this title implies that this is the last time Android 17 will be using that ability in this tournament. In the same way we had that episode titled Gohan's Last Stand, and that is where Gohan was eliminated. I think this episode is where Android 17 is going to be eliminated. But again, because I expected it in 126 and it didn't happen, I know for a fact that I can be wrong. So those are just my thoughts. And that is where the preview ends. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that we were gonna play a little game called Where is Frieza? Did you guys notice that Frieza was not visible anywhere in this preview? For some reason, Frieza popped up again in 126, served absolutely no purpose, and now for some reason he's disappeared again. We know he's not eliminated. He did not show up in the spectator seats. So my question to you guys is, where is Frieza? I really don't think he was that hurt or any more hurt than Android 17 was by that blast from Jiren. I think obviously the Dragon Ball Super writers have some sort of plan for Frieza. He's going to play some sort of role in these final 5 episodes of the series. But as of right now, I kind of feel like the writers don't know what to do with him. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys. Social media links to follow this channel outside of YouTube are in the description below. As usual, my name is Dooley. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and share. #DoCrew. Thank you guys for all the support. Have a great day. Bye.